Most people believe success comes from talent, from luck, from being smarter than everyone else. But history tells a very different story. Again and again, the people who truly changed the world weren't always the most gifted. They weren't the loudest. They weren't the fastest. They were the ones who understood one powerful truth about life. This is a story about that truth. Welcome to Story Seed, where simple stories grow into powerful life lessons. Long ago, in a small town, there lived a man named Thomas. He wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, and he wasn't especially gifted. To most people, Thomas was invisible. He worked a simple job, lived a quiet life, and never spoke about big dreams. But Thomas had something most people never realize they're missing. He paid attention. Every day, he observed how people lived. He noticed how some talked endlessly about ideas but never took action. He noticed how others failed once and gave up forever. And slowly, he began to see something most people overlook: how small habits, repeated daily, quietly decide big outcomes. Thomas believed life wasn't changed by dramatic moments. It was changed by repeated choices. While others chased shortcuts, Thomas chose consistency. He woke up early, not because he loved mornings, but because silence gave him clarity. He read a few pages a day, not entire books at once. He practiced his skills slowly, patiently, with no audience watching. And people laughed. They said he was moving too slowly, that life was passing him by, that success belonged to people who moved fast and took big risks. Thomas never argued. He just kept going. Years passed. The same people who mocked him tried everything. Some burned out. Some jumped from one idea to the next. Others blamed bad luck when nothing worked. Thomas stayed the same, one small improvement at a time. What no one realized was this: history has always favored people like Thomas. Great civilizations weren't built overnight. Cathedrals took generations to complete. Scientists waited decades for recognition. Writers became famous long after their words were written. Yet they continued, not because success was guaranteed, but because consistency mattered more than applause. One day, opportunity finally came to Thomas. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. Someone noticed his work, not because he promoted himself, but because his effort had become impossible to ignore. He was reliable, skilled, and calm under pressure. While others panicked, Thomas understood the work deeply. He had lived inside it for years. And just like that, the man everyone ignored became the man everyone trusted. Thomas didn't change. The world around him did. This story teaches a simple but uncomfortable truth. Success is rarely loud in the beginning. It is quiet, repetitive, often boring. That's why most people abandon it. We live in a world obsessed with quick wins, viral moments, and overnight success. But the most meaningful achievements grow slowly, beneath the surface, long before anyone claps. Your greatest advantage is not talent, it's patience. Not intelligence, but discipline. Not luck, but the ability to continue when progress feels invisible. Most people quit not because they fail, but because they don't see proof that they're winning. Thomas never needed proof. He trusted the process, and that trust changed his life. Remember this: small actions repeated consistently will always defeat big plans that are never started. If this story made you think differently, subscribe to Story Seed, because the next small lesson might change everything.